All right, let's talk about a situation that can get pretty stressful in any hotel. Helping a guest who's lost something. Today, we're going to master that exact moment, learning how to handle it like a pro, all in Spanish. Okay, picture this. You're at the front desk, a guest walks up, and they look pretty worried. They say, "Creo que he perdido mi móvil." I think I've lost my phone. What do? What's the very first thing that comes out of your mouth? Well, stick with me, because by the end of this, you are going to have the perfect answer and handle this whole thing with total confidence. Okay, first things first. Before we jump into a full-blown conversation, we've got to build our toolkit. Let's load it up with the essential Spanish words and phrases you're absolutely going to need. So what do we even call lost and found in Spanish? The official term is objetos perdidos y encontrados. Let's break that down nice and slow. Ready? Objetos perdidos y encontrados. Perfect. That's the one you'll see on signs and in procedures. You know, you'd be amazed, but these 8 words right here, they're going to get you through like 90% of these situations. Let's go through them nice and clearly. We've got our verbs, perder, to lose, and encontrar, to find. Then the stuff people lose all the time, móvil, cartera, pasaporte, and llaves. And where do they lose them? In the habitación or at the recepción. Seriously, get comfortable with these, and you are golden. This phrase is your absolute go-to. It's your opener. A guest comes up, you look them in the eye, give a reassuring smile, and say, "En qué puedo ayudarle?" It's so important to sound calm and helpful. It's polite, it's professional, and it just signals, "I'm here to help you solve this." The perfect way to kick things off. All right, so they've told you they're missing something. Now it's time to become a detective. Your first question is super straightforward. ¿Qué objeto ha perdido? What did you lose? Simple, to the point. This gets you that first critical piece of the puzzle. Okay, you know what they lost. Now you need to know where. And this question, this is the real game changer. ¿Dónde lo vio por última vez? Where did you see it last? This is how you shrink the search area from, the whole entire hotel down to maybe just the lobby or the restaurant. Super important. Now this phrase. This is pure gold for reassuring a worried guest. When you say, "Voy a comprobar si ha aparecido," you're not just speaking Spanish. You're saying, "I'm on it, right now." You can literally see the relief on their face. It shows them you're taking immediate action, which is exactly what they need to hear. So we've got all the pieces of our toolkit. Now let's put them together and see how they work in a real-life conversation. We're going to walk through a model dialogue. Just listen to the flow. We'll keep it nice and slow so you can catch every single word. And here we go. The receptionist kicks it off with that perfect professional opening we just talked about. Calm, helpful, and ready to listen. And there's the problem, stated simply by the guest. "I think I've lost my phone." See what the receptionist did there? First, empathy. Lo siento. I'm sorry to hear that. That little phrase goes a long way. Then, boom, straight to our key investigative question. Perfect. The guest gives us exactly what we need. The where, the restaurant, and the when, this morning. Now we really have something to work with. Okay, next logical step. We know it's a phone, and we know it might be in the restaurant. But is it their phone? We need a description. ¿Puede describírmelo, por favor? And there's our detail, a black phone with a blue case. That's exactly the kind of specific information that makes a search successful. And this is the moment we all hope for, the best case scenario. The news is good. Sí, lo hemos encontrado. We found it. And the solution is simple. You can come get it whenever you like. Problem solved. Happy guest. So that whole conversation, it wasn't just luck. It followed a super simple but powerful 4-step process. Let's break it down. Step 1, greet and understand. Step 2, gather information. What is it? Where was it? When was it seen? Step 3, check and act. And finally, step 4, inform and resolve. You follow these 4 steps every single time, and you will always be in control. Of course, we don't always get that perfect happy ending right away. So what do you say when you haven't found the item yet? This is crucial. Let's look at how we can adapt our language for these different outcomes. Okay, check out this table. It's so helpful. On one side, we have the item is found scenario. We know that one. But look at the other side. Item is not yet found. Here's where you pivot. You say, Todavía no ha aparecido. It hasn't turned up yet. And then you immediately follow up with what you're going to do about it. Voy a avisar a housekeeping. I'm going to let housekeeping know. And then the absolute golden phrase that works for any situation. Si aparece, le avisamos. If it turns up, we will let you know. That right there is professional. It manages their expectations, and it gives a clear end to the conversation for now.
All right, enough of me talking. You've seen the tools, you've seen the conversation, you've seen the different scenarios. Now it's your turn. Es su turno. This is where you really make it your own.
Okay, I want you to really get into character. You are the receptionist. You're behind the desk. A guest is walking towards you right now. I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to actually say your response out loud. Go for it. You ready?
Okay, here's the first one. The guest says, He perdido mi cartera. I've lost my wallet. Okay, what are the two key questions you need to ask them? Go on, say them out loud. I'll give you a second. Did you say something like, ¿Dónde la vio por última vez? And, ¿Puede describírmela, por favor? If you did, you nailed it. Fantastic.
All right, round 2. This time, a guest thinks they left their keys, las llaves, in their room. You've already checked behind the desk, nothing there. What do you say to them to reassure them and tell them what happens next? Think about it and say it. A really great answer would be, Voy a avisar a housekeeping, si aparecen, le avisamos. See, you're telling them the action you're taking and you're managing their expectations. Perfect.
So there you have it. You've got the skills now. The big takeaway is this. Just stay calm, follow those 4 simple steps we talked about, and use these key phrases. You can absolutely handle this. And just to get you thinking about what's next, you're ready for a wallet, a phone, some keys, but what if a guest lost their entire suitcase, their maleta? What other words and questions would you need then? That's a great next step to think about. Thanks for diving into this with me today.